So I've now worked with more than 5 different property sources to help them build massive lists of investors, onboard bespoke investors, and basically help them scale their business by getting leads. And I've done this through Facebook ads. I've got a process that I've repeated for pretty much every single client, and I'm going to basically break it down now. So this is how I install the marketing system for property sources that helps them generate 100 plus investor leads consistently every month and convert them into appointments. So in this video, I'm actually going to just give you my full strategy, like exactly what I do step by step. Not going to hold anything back or gatekeep anything, or like try and sell you a course or anything like that. So just going through a few results. Max, one of my clients who runs MMWW Property, in 2025 he was doing 1 to 2 deals a month, and the problem that he had was he had deals to sell but not enough investors who wanted to buy. Obviously there's a long cycle with investors being ready to kind of deploy the cash again and buy the next deal. So what we did was help Max get new investors on board by running ads across UK, specifically areas like the south of England, London in particular. And in 2026, Max had a record month and he sold 8 deals in a single month. So just a few of the results from 2026. We've not been running ads for every single month, but we've had 322 investor leads. We've spent £1,300 and we've got those results for £4.13 per lead. And Max has onboarded multiple investors from that spend. So he would even, make a positive ROI off one investor onboarded because of the high ticket nature of property sourcing. We've also just started a few weeks ago running off-market deal leads as well, and Max has currently had 22 off-market deal leads into the system, and he's had a few bookings, viewings as well. Then we've got Edward, who runs Dragon Property Sourcing. In 2026, we spent just over 2,200 on ads, and Edward's onboarded 6 new investors onto his bespoke service. This was actually running ads not only in the UK but in Singapore. So we've had 3 investors from Singapore come on board and 3 investors in the UK. Edward built, a property portfolio of 40 something properties on his own, and then decided to start sourcing. So, really great case study there to use. Typically if it was a brand new business, it might not be that easy, but because Edward had the, proof behind it, the ads just performed really, really well. Next, you've got GW Property Sourcing. In 2026, we helped George get 99 leads. He spent just over £500 and he got his first investor onboarded, and he's got another one waiting. Because George offers a bespoke service, he's not onboarded multiple investors in one go. So he's just secured a deal for that investor, and then the next one is waiting, ready for next month as well. Another one then, not quite property sourcing, but Ben Hollingsworth. He is actually Wales's first ever property sourcer, before it was a thing. But Ben does property mentorship. We have managed to help Ben get over 200k in sales, 40 sales appointments, 500 people joining his community, and we've added 1,500 people to the mailing list. So I use the same 3-step strategy for all these clients, and then I'm going to show you the actual process behind the strategy as well. But first of all, who am I? I run Social Flow. Social Flow helps service business owners build, profitable businesses using marketing systems and AI, so they can create the life they actually want. About me, I'm the founder of Social Flow, and I think marketing and sales should work together in like an ecosystem. So your ads, content, your website, and your sales process, everything should be working together. We typically help service business owners in the UK, specialising in home improvements and property, but we have clients across different industries as well. So where you are right now, you've probably got a great business like most of my clients do, and clients are leaving you good reviews. Now, if you're providing good results, you're getting good reviews, then that's a great sign. But you've got inconsistent leads every month, so you're relying on referrals, word of mouth. You're not getting enough sales appointments. You know that you're good at selling, And if you actually had the people in front of you, you've got a great product, a great business, and you could sell, but you're just not getting enough. And some months you're growing, but other months you are feeling stuck and you want to scale, but you just need consistency. And the thing you need most is leads, because more leads makes more sales. Sales appointments, more sales appointments makes more sales. So this is the 3-step system that I install for all my clients, and the thing that I think that you need. So first of all, you've got the leads engine. I'm going to go into the leads engine a little bit now. And what the leads engine is quite simple, but you put content and meta ads on one side, and then you get hundreds of leads every month out the other side. And it really is that simple. Obviously there's going to be a process behind it, and the process that I use, but that's pretty much what the leads engine is. You just need more people into your system that you can actually sell to. So to build the leads engine, it will look a little bit like this. We're running Facebook and Instagram ads on Meta to booked appointments, quotes if you've got a trades business, or we use something called lead magnet. So here you can see a log burner guide. I use lead magnets for all of my property clients as well. So we've done different things from training videos, guides, like tools, online tools that people can download for their property business, all sorts of things. And then what we're basically ultimately trying to do is push them towards booking an appointment. So here's actually what happens when you start running ads, high quality video ads and static ads, to a strategy that your audience is going to kind of engage with. You will start generating leads. And I've done this now with enough businesses, enough different types of businesses, different types of people, to know that this system just works. It's quite scary to think about running Facebook ads, because obviously a lot of people have not had to pay for leads before. But once you start doing it and you realize, okay, here's how much I'm paying per lead, here's how much I'm paying per booked appointment, and here's how much I'm paying per sale, then it really is just all about scaling them. Because if you know you're putting £1 in and getting £10 back out, then you can scale to however much you want to scale to. So all your leads come into a system, and I'll go more into the system in a minute. So that brings me on to the second part, which I install for people, which is the sales system. So now you've got leads coming in. Where do you actually send those leads, and how do we follow up with them? Because I could send you 1,000 leads every month, but if they're not being contacted, if they're not being followed up with, it's just absolutely a waste of time, and you might as well not have had the leads in the first place. So the thing we're trying to do is get sales appointments. Whether you've got a sales team or if it's you doing the sales, if you can't speak to the leads, they're not going to buy from you, especially if you're selling high ticket like property sourcing, if you're an investor trying to get, private investment on board, if you're a trades business doing, extensions, people aren't just going to buy from seeing a few videos on Facebook. They need to speak to someone, whether that's you or a salesperson. You need to build trust with them, and this is how we do that. Let me talk you through something called Speed to Lead, and let me tell you a little story. I was at a marketing / business mastermind a couple of weeks ago, and there was a guy there called Ali who runs a solar company, and in April I think he did like 820k per month for the month of April. And this was the number one thing that he stressed to us in his talk at that mastermind. If you can contact a lead within 5 minutes, you've got a 70% chance of converting that lead into a booked appointment. Now, Ali actually went one step further, and he contacts leads within 3 minutes. So the faster that you can do this, the better the results that you're going to get. You can see if you wait within an hour, the conversion drops to 20%. If you wait for 6 hours, you're now competing with everyone else. They might have filled out more quotes or different forms or book calls with other people, or just forgotten about you. They've gone about their whole day after 6 hours. 24 hours, it drops to 5%. And then after 48 hours, you are 100 times less likely to convert them versus a 5-minute response. So speed to lead is of the utmost importance. It's the number one thing that I stress to my clients when I start getting them leads, because like I said, I can get you 1,000 leads every month, but if you're not doing anything with those leads, if you're not contacting them, if you're not following up, it's a waste of time. Now, there are things that I can do to help you actually, first of all, be in a position to contact the leads, but obviously you're a busy business owner. You're not going to be able to contact leads every minute of the day. You're going to be busy. You can't contact them within 5 minutes. So what we do is put automations in place to make it, make the lead feel like they're being contacted as soon as possible. So the first thing we do is we set up a WhatsApp automation. And what this does, obviously, we're contacting the lead within a couple of minutes there. It's not as good as calling them, but if you are busy, then obviously WhatsApp will have to do, unless you can pay someone to call the leads for you, then that's going to be our best option. Now, you might not want to send them a WhatsApp if it's like 2 a.m, or you might not want to get someone to call them. So what we can actually do with the automations is wait and set between the hours of 9 to 5 or whatever hours you'd like to set. The other thing that we have started doing recently is using an AI appointment setter. So you can see here that the first message is kind of automated, but as soon as I respond, we've now got an AI appointment setter that can go back and forth on WhatsApp, and it's really, really cool because this can actually start to now book calls in for you. So it can connect with the system and connect with a calendar, and ask the kind of lead different questions, and it can even just book in a time. If it's got your diary connected, it can book in like a Zoom appointment in your calendar, send them the link, send you the details, and you haven't done a thing. The other thing you could do, obviously calling leads is the most ideal thing. What I can do is set up an automation that whenever a new lead comes in, it calls your phone. If you pick up the phone, then the lead will then receive a call. If you don't pick up the phone, nothing happens. The lead doesn't know anything's gone on. So that's a really cool feature that we can add as well. So number 3 is creating a brand ecosystem. And what I mean by this is just having everything connected to one place. You've got your social media, you've got your website, you've got WhatsApp, you've got your phone system, you've got a dashboard, you've got like your emails. You need everything connected in one place, otherwise your whole business is going to be disjointed. Fair enough if you can't connect your finance system to your Facebook and everything like that, but you need all of your sales and marketing connected, otherwise it's going to be disjointed and it's going to be impossible to scale a mess. So what we do is we give our clients access to a dashboard exactly like that. So all of their leads are in one place. They can see all of their conversations across WhatsApp, email, Facebook, Instagram. Everything comes into one place. They've got an appointment booking software on there. Everything's on a mobile app or a desktop app as well. And it just makes everything 10 times easier. It's like, going from having to go to multiple different places for different things in your business, your WhatsApp, your emails, everything is just in one place. And even if you don't want to run your whole business off this, if you just run your sales and marketing through one central CRM and one central app, honestly, the amount of headspace it frees up and the amount of ability you've got to scale then is just so much better.
It's changed the way that we've done business. It's made
just a few results from clients. I'm not going to play all of this now. You can see this on my Instagram page anyway, but there's a few WhatsApps that I've received from my clients, etc. And we've got so many more results. It's not just property, it's not just trades. We've got estate agencies, mentors, we've worked with events, property investors, tradespeople, and so on. So the actual process that I go through, so whenever I start working with a new client, this is the exact process that I go through to start pushing leads into their business, essentially. First thing we do is a strategy session. Now this is basically, we look at your offer, we look at who you're targeting, we look at your brand, and I basically put myself inside of your business. so that I know everything I need to know to create a campaign to go after who we're going after, and that then allows me to plan the content shoot. Now, we'll typically go to your location, I'll bring a videographer along, and we will shoot content for your ad campaigns. Now I see, as I mentioned, the ecosystem. I see kind of social media organic posts and Facebook ads as kind of the same thing. You need both. You need them both to align on a strategy, because if they don't, you're basically going to have, one kind of strategy for Facebook ads and then another strategy for social media. So the content shoot can kind of encompass a little bit of both. Obviously, we prioritize the meta ads, but everything needs to align. Where my suggestion would be, you have your meta ads for bringing in new people to the audience, bringing in new leads, and then your organic content is the trust building stuff, showing behind the scenes, answering questions, breaking down beliefs, etc. Stage 3 is I set up the system. So, if you haven't got like landing pages, which most businesses don't who aren't running ads, sometimes you need a website as well, which is a service I offer. Because what's the first thing someone's going to do after they fill out a Facebook ad? They're going to go check you out on Google, and then they're going to go to your Instagram or Facebook page. So if you've got shit social media, if you've got a shit website or a non-existent website, the lead is not going to want to, proceed, because they're thinking, oh, is this a scam? Red flags going off in their head. So it's very important that you've got the whole ecosystem, as I mentioned. Then we go launch the ads on Meta and Facebook and Instagram, which is Meta, and then we start bringing in leads, and eventually then we get to the sales process, which is where we're helping you nurture and qualify leads using WhatsApp automations, email automations, etc. And then finally we look at scaling and optimization. So after our system is proven, we can increase our budgets and actually start scaling the business, which is what we're doing with a lot of my clients now. So I know that was a lot to go through. I've been talking for like 15 minutes straight, but that's exactly how I fill my clients' pipelines with property investors, essentially. And it's the same for any of the businesses I work with, off-market deals, tradespeople. It all works the same kind of way. If you do want to find out more about working with me, I've got a link down below where you can fill out a quick application. We can jump on a call and figure out if it's something that I can help you with, if we want to work together, and that kind of thing. But no pressure. I'm not going to hard sell you or anything like that. I don't need that. I hate hard selling. So yeah, if you do want to have a look, click the link below. Reach out to me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I've got a link down there as well. But other than that, I hope this video was useful. I hope it actually made sense. I'm going to try and be posting more videos like this on YouTube over the next few months and weeks.